gentlemen, welcome to it.
Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world.
And then Tay just put your info on blast like that.
It's what the people want to know, bro. My bad.
Nah, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to it. It is the Morning Shake with me, your host, Zeb Erickson. Of course, we got two new co-hosts, actually. Well, not two new co-hosts. Well, one extra new co-host.
No one's new here, bro. We've been.
Now we've been. Mr. J. Paris, what's happening, bro?
Yes. Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world. It's your boy J. Paris. We coming to you live on this beautiful Monday morning from Johannesburg, South Africa. It's the Morning Shake, powered by the Inside Show, and it's one of the best podcasts in the world. I knew though, bro.
Nah, of course. Now you know new. And then, of course, Mr. Jesse Hendricks, what's happening on your side, broski?
Nah, not bad at all. I'm also not new. Don't forget I had a show, Wednesday warm-up with Leandra. Yeah, but I see someone else is filling that slot now. Yeah, then we went into relegation zone. But another team picked me up now, so I think I'm now in the starting 11 on the Morning Shake.
At least, bro.
Nah,
so
definitely.
I'm at least.
Mama, I made it.
Definitely.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, our guest for this morning. Listen, man, I was excited. So what happened was I was invited to speak at some sort of a thing last week, and it was a men's health thing for Movember and all that kind of stuff. And then I met this brother, and we hit it off immediately. Same day, we just started vibing, talking, everything. So I was like, yo, bro, you gotta come through, pull up on the show, and let's have this conversation. And of course, the homie said yes, you'll definitely come through. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome, put your hands together and welcome our guest this morning.
Let's go.
Shaquil.
Let's go.
It's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
How you doing, bro?
Thanks,
Are you
bro.
well?
I'm blessed, man.
No, that's good. What does a weekend look like in the life of Shaquil?
Chill, man. I'm working all the time.
Okay.
Working all the time. I just like taking it easy when I'm done with my work and relaxing, man. Doing something easy with friends, family. So yeah, it's boring.
It's boring.
Any activities?
Really
You were
boring.
speaking about golf with Zakes off air. You're gonna be playing soon. Other than that,
Look, I've got a lot of retail clients, so a lot of my business is done throughout the whole week, including weekends. But during the week, we make time for golf, gym every day, and yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
So,
work.
Bro, when you walked in on the day where we actually having that other show right last week, and you walked in and you were dressed up, like suited up, bro, looking all clean and all that. I was like, so bro, are you like a model or what's your vibe actually, bro? What is your vibe? What kind of industry are you involved in, and what's your deal?
So, with career-wise, I'm all over the place. I'm not sure if that sounds unprofessional or what, but whenever someone asks me, what do you do? I say, I do a lot. I do my best.
Mm-hmm.
So I do model. I am an entrepreneur, so we involved in a couple of businesses. I've got the suit business where we do tailored clothing for gents. I do marketing. So I do solutions for retailers and upcoming businesses. Not just upcoming businesses, but if your business is there and just needs more growth,
okay.
I do that as well. So I'm in a few spaces, spread out, and focusing on myself, upskilling myself. Recently got into acting. I do voiceovers. The whole entertainment thing, emceeing. I do all of that as well. But yeah, business consulting, business coach, that's the space I'm in, and also lifestyle coaching. So we help people obviously improve their lifestyles and become better on a personal level. Yeah.
Bro, there was one thing that you did when we were there at the show, right? And you were doing these like voice kind of reenactments and all of that. What's your best kind of what do you call it where you do someone's voice, bro? Impersonation.
Interpretation.
It's so weird.
What's your best impersonation?
I've never tried to impersonate people. So I'll do
Which one do you normally do?
character voices, like Vegeta, Dragon Ball Z. That's my favorite.
Okay, so do welcome to the Inside Show in the Vegeta voice.
Okay.
On the spot.
Facts. I told you, Kakarot. Welcome to the Inside Show.
Nice. I do Mickey Mouse, bro. Because you did Mickey Mouse.
Hello, kids. I hope you're good. Welcome to the Inside Show.
Thanks, bro. It works.
That sounds like
It works. So now, bro, thank you for coming through. It's definitely an honor and a pleasure to have you on the show today. I'm looking forward to a dope conversation, bro. Look, it is Movember, right? And I'm actually thinking of shaving off all of this and just growing this to a dick mustache.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll clean us, bro?
I will not.
No.
I'm all for the cause, but
Yeah,
this is
This
me
is
now.
This is gents makeup, as they say.
You know what I'm saying? 100%.
Yeah, you can't go clean.
You know,
bro.
Baba already made it a bit short, you know.
My bad, bro.
Was it Afrikaans?
we
when
try,
they
we
say,
try.
The grass don't grow on stones.
Club.
Grass can never club.
We try. Baby face things.
Facts, bro.
Yeah, no,
facts.
listen, I'd much rather not grow a beard naturally. I promise you, this thing has been hectic.
But bro, it's a thing, bro. If you manicure it nice, what do you call it? Manicure.
Just groom.
Groom, yeah. You groom
If you groom it and you clean it out nicely, I mean, it also gives your face shape. It
Definition.
makes it look dope. It gives it like that
Yeah.
steez.
Well, the fat chicks look less fat. You know?
It makes it look less fat.
Yeah.
Did you always have
I
it
think
though?
you need that.
I started growing a beard in 2016, 2017, around there.
So it's been around.
Yeah, so I've always just.
I've tried, but nothing really grows.
Nah, you've been trying, bro.
I think you need to take a flight to Turkey.
I try, but
Maybe.
mine goes up until here, and then it's like nothing here. And then also, then it just gets long. I see yours also does that, bro.
Mine been here for the
Goat-
longest of
goat
times.
things.
But the goat things been here for the longest of times. But yeah, bro, take us through the journey. Though obviously you've sort of unpacked everything you do, bro. A bunch of things, a bunch of hats that you're wearing, bro. Where did it start, though, bro? Where did it start? What was that first thing or that first spark in life to say, you know what, this is what I want to do? And then as you proceeded to do that, everything else unfolded.
Broski, before you answer that, I know you were going to answer. Just want to tell the viewers, thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for watching. I see a lot of you guys are already busy watching live. Please do comment in the comment section if there's questions, if there's comments, if there's anything you want to say. We got the computer open. Jay's got it open in front of him. We'll run through it. We'll check it out. So please don't hesitate to do so. And then back to the show.
All right, so I had obviously you have a few jobs after school, but then the final real job that I had, I worked in retail. I started off as an aisle assistant, you know, just helping the salespeople, cleaning up, cleaner/assistant vibes.
So what's like in a Checkers or in like a...
Yeah, so I'm not gonna mention the.
Yeah, so you don't want to mention the
company,
retail,
yeah, but it's a big
but in
retailer.
that kind of
yeah.
vibe, yeah.
Which
The-
year was
the
this,
big
bro?
retailer.
I
This
just
was
wanna get the-
2014.
2014, okay.
2014. This was after I dropped out of varsity. So I am a dropout. I'm
College
dropout.
I'll go into
bro.
that as well. I'll go into that. But my philosophy is just that for me to go to get a degree or whatever the case is, I'm going to eventually get employed somewhere using those credentials. And I don't want to get employed, so I've been running away from that. I worked 2014. I started off as this aisle assistant. I then fought my way to get a sales position. Obviously, you want to grow, you want to make money, you want to grow yourself. And I was an introvert at the time, so I never spoke to people. I never knew how to speak to people. I was very shy, you know. I never had many life skills. And through sales, I started learning how to speak to people more. You speak to customers, you go out there, you learn different techniques, you know, selling techniques, different communication skills as well. And as the years went by, because I only worked that job for a year, I met a gentleman by the name of Craig Berman. So he does retail solutions, retail communication solutions. He became my coach for how to do sales. You know, like Jordan Belfort does in Wolf of Wall Street, you know.
Sell me this pen.
Yeah, sell me this pen, you know. And on that journey, I said to myself that I'm going to increase my skills, and my selling skills. So I started studying psychology. I started studying sales psychology as well, the business space. And then at the end of that year, I had an opportunity to do some work with Philips. So I did sales work for Philips, and while doing
the
that,
technology company.
The technology company, appliances. As I got into that space, I then started grabbing the mic in these stores and started selling on the mic. So it increased the sales drastically. I worked with these companies, and myself personally would make about 250 to 500,000 rand for these people on a weekend, and that's when I realized 500,000 bucks, yeah, between Saturday and Sunday. So I realized, hey man, I've got a high income skill. I've got a skill that I could
utilize for
in
your favor, yeah.
So remember, while doing this now, I realized I've got a good voice. I can speak to people on the mic now, so I can become an MC. But honing those skills, there's no better way to say this, but I sucked. I was bad. I couldn't speak. I was like a robot.
What was your entire background like from the onset? Your entire background. Did you start life 3-0 down already, or were you in a position of
upbringing, like family? Do you come from a wealthy base already, or did you kind of have to hustle your way through that?
Look, I've got a family who tries. I'm definitely going to say that I won't knock my family. My mom and dad, I love them. Rocky relationship with my parents. I never grew up in the most stable households. I never had a rich dad. Man's also trying to make it now in his life and is doing well for himself. So kudos to my dad. But yeah, we were at a point where we lost the house. At a point where we didn't know where money for bread's coming. So I had what I needed to survive. So I'm grateful for that. I'll just leave it at that. I had what I needed
but do you think, bro,
to survive. Yeah.
On that point, do you think that these challenges are necessary for that kind of, because it brings out the diamonds or the gold out of you because you had to go through those challenges? What's your thought process around that?
I always say to my dad, I'm grateful that you never spoiled me and gave me everything I wanted, because it gave me that hustling spirit, the mentality to always go out there and get what I want. And that started when we used to go to the shop, and then your mom goes and she calculates, oh, this is 6 rand less, let's take the cheaper one. And they would take it as disrespect, especially in a colored household. I would say, Ma, I hate the fact that you have to go and look at the price of things. I hate it. It's not that I'm ungrateful for what you do, because you work hard, but do you not get tired of having to check the price of things all the time, and you're taking something less quality because it's cheaper?
It's 3 rand cheaper.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you only have that budget to work with, so you kind of have to make it work now, yeah.
So that motivated me to go out there and want more and be more, yeah.
So then, bro, so you meet this guy while you're doing retail. He kind of mentors you through this process. Now you realize you got some skills. You got the voicing skills. I actually saw on your profile, we're prepping for the show, that you did something on Seven the Line as well. And so now you start realizing that these skills are coming together. You can kind of start making sense out of what you've been going through, and you can make sense out of selling because you've been making these sales. You realize, hey, I can bring in half a buyer. I can actually start doing something. So you're still kind of on that kind of trajectory. Continue from there.
So when I went to these retailers and pitched to them and worked with them, I went to every store around every major retailer around the country, and I went to pitch. And I spoke to them, and we eventually, built relationships and built a network. And I've realized that, man, there's something that I'm working with here. So let me go out there and let me go back and let me increase the skill. So then I started developing my own sales strategies. And I realized that this sales strategy can now be used in every business, not just retail. So you can apply that online. You can apply this psychology from a peer-to-peer basis, and whatever business you run operates on sales and marketing. There's no business out there or no operation out there that cannot operate or that operates without marketing and sales. So if I have a sales solution that's going to increase your sales drastically and not only build your client relationships, because we're not scamming anyone, we're not just taking your money, we're cultivating, we're building a relationship. So if I can go and perfect that skill and do this and sell it to other companies, and then help their clients out as well. You know, it's going to change the world eventually. But it's been a tough journey. You have to prove yourself a lot in this industry, in any industry. But I feel like in a place where you're showing business, hey man, I can make more money for you. You know, I can help you make more money. I can help you grow. It is quite challenging because you have to constantly prove yourself. You know, but that's the gist of it. You know, I went from working for a specific retailer to them becoming one of my biggest clients. So yeah, that's.
So you at the moment you're running your own business now.
Yeah, so we've got a couple of businesses that we run, but on my day-to-day earnings, you know, my day-to-day bread, it's marketing. Yeah.
Nah, for me, just like, because I feel like we went from, you started like this and then we just completely jumped again. But for someone that's watching, it's like, okay, how do I do that changeover basically? Because you were in the store, you're doing your thing, you have a mentor now, he's mentoring. So do you just take that leap of faith and say, okay, let's just start this thing, let's start approaching businesses? Because you say one of your first big clients was Philips, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, how did you get from here to there? Was your mentor still guiding you? Was he working with you into board meetings and stuff like that? Or were you doing it all on your own, that switch like that?
And on that question, what's the importance of having a mentor? Because that's actually a valid question.
Okay, the mentor thing's a bit, it's very important, but I learned from different people. So this was my first mentor. He does well for himself. He's doing extremely well for himself now as we speak. And he's more like a friend now.
Yeah.
You know? And I had met up with a family member of mine who was kind of doing the same thing. And team up with comedians, went out there to other retailers as well. And then I approached this guy and I said, yo man, I can add value to your business. You're already doing this, so I can add value to your business. So relationships are super important. And same thing goes, you know, you have to prove yourself. You have to make sure that you show this person that you can bring value to them as well. And then we formed a partnership. So whatever clients they got, whatever clients I got, we kind of joined our businesses. We went to board meetings together. We went to pitch together. But to answer your question, actually, I said to myself, I'm going to invest in myself. And I'm going to go in, all in, you know. I'll tell you how I resigned as well. It was a funny one. I'm not sure if it's funny, but obviously my bosses at the time didn't find it funny. So I decided, I'm going to invest in suits. I'm going to start looking the part. I went to go print business cards for myself. I used to go to clubs and events where important people were celebs, people who were doing well for themselves, and I just used to hand out business cards. And this was when I was broke as hell, you know. And
so there's no money, but you got to look the part. You got to print the business cards. You kind of have to. So you hustle your way to that point.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I was making about $5,000 a month at the time when I just left when I was in retail. And then that's when I started, you know, the same year I started handing out business cards. And I think for me, it's just get up and do it. Most people, they don't get to where they want to be because they just don't start at all.
Overthink it.
Yeah. So the important thing is just to do it without, what do people say? What if I fail? What if we don't make money? It's going to happen because I believe that if you put something in, you know, God's not just watching and letting you do things in vain. So just get up, and if you have an idea, implement the idea, put things together, work on a plan and implement. Most people don't implement, so they end up being those guys that you meet every week. Hey, I got this business idea, and then next week, hey, I was thinking maybe we must do it, but it never happens. So you just got to get up and make sure that you...
So you got to apply that action.
But
I think a lot of times, right, this is what I've come to understand. And James, you can agree or disagree or say what your thought process is on it. But I've come to understand there's two big things that stops people from that jump, from the action jump. Number one, either because they don't know what to do, right? So they don't understand it. Because this is what happens to me, right? When I'm thinking of doing something, I think the process through in my mind. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go and buy, for example, I want to go buy myself a new MacBook, example, right? And I think it through in my mind, okay, how much is it? Okay, I'm looking at about 30K. Okay, do I have 30K? No. Okay, how can I process my way all the way to 30K? Okay, what if I save like 5K, 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 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30? Okay, then taking about 6 months to save. Okay, so I kind of think the process through in my mind, and then once I kind of have a path towards where I'm trying to take it, then I'm like, okay, now I gotta start applying that path. But now, if I think it through, 30 is a lot. I don't have that kind of money. I still have to pay that, still have to pay that. And ends up now not materializing because I've kind of killed it before I've even started the thought process. You saying
Speak
business.
fear into yourself.
Yeah, you speak fear into yourself. So one of the big things that people why they don't jump is because they don't know what to do. And the second big thing why they don't jump is because obviously of financial constraints and also that fear of like, hey, what is this thing gonna work? What if I leave my job and it fails? And so what practical steps would you suggest? And even it's open to all the gents to jump in and obviously jump into the conversation. But what practical steps would you suggest to break that barrier of, bro, just do it.
Just do it. And I think on that, sorry, broski, I think on that, bro, a lot of the times people don't like doing the menial things, bro.
They don't want to do
like
the boring
doing
stuff.
the boring stuff.
But
bro.
that's what gets you to where
and
you
also
need to be.
and we spoke about this on that show that we were together on, the fact that on IG and social media you're seeing the finished product, but what you're not seeing is the journey that led up to that finished product. I just want to, bro, don't you just want to read Kaylan's comment?
Yeah, what's up, broski? Kaylan, you good, bro? Good morning, gents. Looking forward to getting some insights from the show. Thank you so much, bro.
Kaylan's also a businessman. We had him on the show a couple of weeks ago as well. Sorry, bro.
Yeah, just that as well, bro, because I've picked that up a lot with the new gen, bro. They don't like doing the menial things. And not to shut them down, bro, because, you know, we're praying for them and we're rooting for them,
Not just
bro.
the new generation. Older folks as well. They will not continue doing what they have to do because then they realize, oh man, there's so many obstacles. Oh, I'm not happy today. Like, who cares? You know what I mean? I've been through depression many times. I've had my own mental breakdowns and all those issues, but you get stronger over time because you don't stop. And even when I struggle, people will tell me, why don't you just go and... I'm like, my man, I'm never going to apply for a job. No, it's not that I think I'm better than anyone.
But
I just feel that I want freedom. I'll struggle for myself. Because for me, I'll say to people, yo, my struggle and other people's struggles is not the same. Like, I panic. You know, if I know there's only a 20 grand coming in, for example, it's like, what the hell am I going to do?
There's not enough to do it.
You know, so other people will be like, oh man, 20 grand is okay. You know, you're doing okay for yourself. I'm like, my man, like, maybe it's okay, like, from an earning perspective, from a day-to-day job. But I calculate the hours you spend in the workplace. And I'm like, I cannot be in a job and work 10 hours a day or 8 hours a day and get a certain salary. You know how much I can do in that space on a weekday, you know, and we can make that money so much easier. So it's a mentality.
I was just going to say, how much of it involves your mindset shift?
Your mind is everything. Because when I quit my job and I went into what I did, I didn't think about it. I went out to the sales floor. I spoke to one of the executives from the company, and the guy said straight to me, man, I can see you're not happy in the space. So are you going to keep on making yourself unhappy?
So, bro, you didn't have a plan, though, thereafter. Like, you just resigned, bro. You didn't have a plan.
I said,
Bro, tell us the resignation story, though.
Yeah, take us through that as well, bro. And perhaps maybe people that... Because there's a lot of people, let's be real, bro, that's not, unhappy, not happy where they're at. But maybe they're also tied down there because of, just, life situations that you got to deal with.
There's a bond that needs to be paid. There's a car that needs to be paid.
But they want to get to the next step.
But that's why I always say, if you have a job, you're one step away from poverty. You know, you have one job, you rely on that source of income. You got a bond to pay your cell phone contracts, your kids' school fees, your food in the house. One job gone, no more any of those things.
The house is gone, the car is gone.
So take a leap into doing. There's so much involved here. So you have to have passion for something, you have to like something, you have to want to do something. But at the same time, that thing that you like and want to do needs to service and help other people at the same time. Because if it doesn't, if it's a hobby, like, and I'm sorry to say this, I just want to start a coffee shop. I'm sorry, but you're gonna fail. If that coffee shop doesn't have something else to offer, like, you can talk like about companies like Starbucks. People will always say, "Oh no, but look at Starbucks." That's not the point. Starbucks is Starbucks. That was built in a country where the economy was different, and the prices will probably not match in another country or whatever the case is, but that's Starbucks. It's like the Facebook or the Instagram of coffee shops. But if you want to start a coffee shop and all you're offering is coffee, you're not going to make money. A guy can just go and buy coffee off the shelf at Pick and Pay or whatever.
And make instant coffee at home.
You know what I mean?
So you gotta add like a different kind of spice to your. If you're saying, okay, I want a coffee shop.
Yes.
Okay, but at my coffee shop, when you come in, this is gonna happen. That's gonna happen. I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna have
Got a
that.
reading
Something
club.
that's gonna bring someone.
I've got a networking sessions. We provide that. We've got mentors, like whatever. You got to be like innovative, about everything you do, and you don't have to reinvent the wheel with anything. So if you feel like selling Apple products again with a twist, maybe I add different accessories for free. You can save more money than the iStore, whatever the case is. That's what you can do. The difference is that everybody first thing they say is, "Oh, I want to start a business, but I don't have money." You don't need money to start a business. I've started every business I've ever run without money. And people will say, "Oh," but they'll try and like say, "Oh no, but you did spend $150 on business." So what? $150 is not 150,000 that you think you need to start the business. Like the suit business as well. I was doing Herbalife at the time. You know, I started with Herbalife and I was making a good amount of money. And because I had a side hustle, I could invest that money into the suit business. And all you do is you network, you find the right
You're
people.
making decent amount with our life.
No, very, very, very good. Yeah, I was.
Decent.
I'm part of the top 3% of the company in terms of earnings, and obviously the level of the level of not management, but
Bro, it seems as though you got the Midas touch, bro, when it comes to
Sales.
just everything you get into.
You
Look,
get into something, you make it work.
But
Look.
I think, sorry to break you. I think that because in the start you said you studied the whole psychology and consumer psychology and all that. I think that also has a big part to play in what you do, because literally, like you say, everything you do involves the consumer sales. How you gonna sell this? How you gonna drive
Okay.
this product? So I feel like that does play a big part in.
I can actually do an example for you. And
Go
you,
for
you
it, bro.
gents can like, let me get that lip balm. So
He has 3 products.
this is what normal salespeople do. This is why people are not growing and making money in any industry. I see some people working at a Checkers or whatever the case is, and they just want to do their job enough for them to get paid.
Yeah.
Now, if I sell this lip balm to you and I say, "Yo, man, this lip balm was $100. I'll give it to you for $80. How does that sound? That sounds boring. You're not gonna want to buy this thing. You know what I mean? But if I say to you, "Yo, have you been struggling to find a lip balm that moisturizes your lips for a long period of time? You use your lip balm, and in the next few minutes, you know, it feels like you have to reapply. You know, what if I told you that there's something out there that you can only use, or you have to use it once a day, but you only need to use it once a day? So instead of applying all the time and getting chapped lips and feeling like you have to spend more every month on a new lip balm or Vaseline or whatever the case is, I've got a one-fix-all solution to that. I mean, you're going to spend about $150 for these because they do have medical qualities. It's something that doesn't only moisturize, but it softens your lips as well. So I don't think spending $150 is a hassle for something that solves a long-term problem. But I'll give it to you for $99. How does that make you feel?
It's 250, bro.
So everything you do is about adding value. It's the same.
Yeah.
I look at dating. I always make an example with people. I say, if you meet a girl at the bar or club or a church, you go to church, you meet someone you like there. What do you have to offer that makes me want to listen to you? You know? And the problem is, most people don't understand that people say sales is not the same. I can tell you that every sale in the world is the same. Selling a house for 20 million rand is the same as selling a lip ice or lip balm, whatever the case is. And people will say, "No, it's not. The prices are different. The markets, it's not. The sales strategy is the same.
Mentality and
The journey to get to there is the same." So if I sell you, for example, a MacBook, which is 30,000 rand, what makes that MacBook worth 30,000 rand? And can you bring that 30,000 rand into life and into justification? Can you justify why something might cost
My
that
bad,
much, you know?
bro. But I won't lie, bro. I think God was unfair with certain things, bro, because I do think and no homo. But you are kind of like a handsome-looking gent, bro. That's got, and I think that's
the first thing I said. When I said,
yeah, bro.
You look like a model.
And that probably also plays the part into.
Yeah, bro. Do you think,
Of
do you
course,
think that
bro.
plays a
Like,
part,
let's
bro?
be real, bro.
Okay, now I'm gonna tell you, like, this is the key for every guy out
Big
there.
facts, bro.
This is the key for every guy out there. And maybe people won't agree with Andrew Tate or what Andrew Tate
Come
says,
on,
but a lot of
preach.
what the stuff he says is facts.
Yeah, big
You know, it's
facts.
just how he says it that messes
takes a
everything
lot
up.
of-
Yeah,
No, but I always says it to
makes-
us causes the controversies.
Yeah,
That's
that
why
makes
you
him
listen.
famous. Yeah, that's why he
Yeah.
grew. They're smart. It was
That's
actually
what
part
it
of the
was.
strategy to grow their brand, himself and his brother. But obviously, it becomes obnoxious because you're like, man, is this guy going to talk about his Bugatti the entire time, you know? But what I agree with is this. If you look at what I was before I started making freedom for myself and earning money for myself, I was overweight. I was drinking.
I wish I had a before and after picture. Yeah.
Can we set one up there?
We can, bro.
Can we set one up there? I just want to send you one that I actually posted.
Airdrop.
on-
I check you on your gram in actual fact, bro.
Airdrop it.
Maybe Clay
Airdrop
can-
it to my phone, bro.
I don't know if
I don't
Clay
know if
can.
they can
Can't,
see
bro.
that.
Hey, drop it to
Okay.
Zayn.
Oh, on
Is
the
your,
phone.
is your airdrop on?
Yeah, you can
airdrop it.
airdrop it to my laptop.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, yeah.
Say. Big
So I was
transformation.
See you there, bro.
Sure.
even when I started going into business for myself, I was eating McDonald's every day because the client that I was visiting the most had a McDonald's on their premises. So I was eating McDonald's every day, and I was in the junk food, man. I didn't care about my image. The only
Wait, you can
image,
switch on your airdrop there. I'll send it to you.
the only image I had was like clothes. That I said we're gonna dress well. But then you start understanding that in order to become successful, you need to attract other things. So you need to become something in order to attract those things. So I go to gym every day. I fast every day now. Look,
Intermittent fasting.
yeah, so you can say, people will probably say, hey man, you know, in religion you're not supposed to speak about fasting, it takes away the blessing. But I feel like it's more of a reward or a blessing when you can help someone else, you know, with the benefits of what you did. So I feel like even now I'm going to try and not eat at all until Wednesday, you know.
Are you serious?
And people will be like, oh, you're going to get sick, you're going to, whatever the case is, your body has enough energy. If you have fat on your body, you have enough energy to survive, you won't get
But then
sick.
how do you gym?
It's easy. I don't know. I just start drinking water, you gym, and then the appetite goes away, the hunger goes away. So it's a mental thing. It's all in the head.
Why do you do that though, bro?
If
For
I
someone out there that's
that's asking why, oh, this guy's mad, or you can only be as good as your mental capacity or as your mental fortitude. So if you're someone who can't live with, and gents, we know this, you know, especially amongst the colored guys, we know this. The guys can't go without the drink for a few weeks. The guys can't go without speaking to girls. You know,
slave to those
yeah,
things,
it's like,
bro.
hey, it's normal. You must talk to many girls, whatever. You must.
So that speaks of discipline.
That's how you increase your discipline.
That speaks about discipline. Everything you mentioned
Yeah.
now is discipline. Yeah.
And those things will only come to fruition. The things you want in life will only come to fruition when it's actually weird. You have to deprive yourself from certain luxuries and pleasures of life in order to get them at the end of the day, so it becomes more sustainable. Because if you look at the cheap dopamine hits that we get from everything we do, we go on social media, someone replies to you that you wanted to speak to for a while. Wow, okay, cool, I'm happy. I got 100 likes or 2,000 likes on a photo. Okay, it makes me feel some sort of self-worth. But if you can separate yourself from those things and say, I don't need the likes to be awesome, because I am awesome. I don't need many girls liking me or me entertaining many girls, because it doesn't add any real value to my life. So you start searching for more wholesome things. I don't need the junk food because it makes me feel good now, but tomorrow my heart feels funny, like I'm struggling to breathe. I'm sweating when I move because I'm so uncomfortable in my own space because of all these bad things I'm putting in my body. So I searched for wholesome foods. I search for foods, and now I look at food differently as well. I look at how much protein is in there, you know, the calories. I look at the fats in there as well, you know. So it becomes more of a function than a luxury. So I don't go out to eat. It's nice to go and have a nice steak or go to a nice restaurant, but that's cool. Even those more expensive restaurants, they have more wholesome foods than junk food and on-the-go foods. For example, I would rather go to Nature Source. Instead of going out there and buying a burger, I'll get peanuts or biltong peanuts or whatever the case is. And that's natural. It's from the earth. There's no weird stuff in there. And I get my protein. I get these vitamins. Everything's there. So you just got to change the way you see the whole world. And once you do that, everything changes.
Love it, bro.
Yeah.
I think the picture actually appeared on the screen now.
So the
for
picture's
those
up
watching.
here, bro.
Yeah.
So again, I think there's a quote on your IG that says there's a quote, something along the lines of dress how you want to be addressed.
Yeah.
And speak to us a little bit about the perception that the world will have about you based on appearance.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you remember back in the day, even if you watch Peaky Blinders, that's gents dressed with a suit every day, no matter what they do. But the truth of that is that was actually the only clothes people wore. Now you get someone who argues, and this is actually what I've seen. So this will probably ruffle some feathers. If you go to a club or if you go out to a party or an event or something, everybody looks like a carbon copy of the next person. Everybody looks the same with the streetwear and all that. It might be cool. It's cool. Yeah, you'd look good, but people look like it's like we were put on a factory line, and they're just pushing the same person out with a different outfit, a different look. And I went out to the club once, and I was wearing a suit. And when you look at people's mentality, some people will be like, "Hey, die gaan weer kerk toe," or "Why do I only have to go to a special occasion in order to wear a suit or to look good?" Because as a grown-ass man, you must be able to look like a grown-ass man. But then people will be like, okay, cool. What if, I feel comfortable in a T-shirt and a jeans. Mark Zuckerberg wears a T-shirt and a jeans. Are you Mark Zuckerberg? Do you have Mark Zuckerberg money? The truth is people perceive you from what they see. When people see you and you look scruffy, you look like you're going to steal their money, it's a real thing. And we can say the world's superficial and we can shame people
but the
for
reality
that,
is that's what it is.
That's what it is. I'm going to take you for face value from the time when I meet you. And, it's the same thing when you meet someone that's a love interest. You don't see their personality. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying looks are everything. But you see, okay, cool, something physical might attract me to this person. But what brings me to the conclusion of do I really like this person is when they open their mouth, when you see their mindset, when you understand their philosophies. And that's what makes you like someone. So if I approach you with a suit or dressed to the nines, I'm going to make you feel more comfortable to speak to me. And once I've got there and I prove to you that I am actually intelligent, that I'm an intellectual, we can have a conversation, I can offer you more than just
Exactly.
the physical things of life. That's when we take it from there. So that's, I don't know, I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, but I think Andrew Tate actually speaks about the fact that you can trust someone a lot more that looks good, that's in good physical condition.
Self-respect.
Because then you obviously trust the fact that this guy does have discipline.
Because it shows
it
discipline,
shows
yeah.
that, bro.
It shows that this person takes care of themselves, they take care of their bodies, they actually make an effort to look the part.
Opposed to if it was your before that was selling the lip balm, I was probably just gonna walk past you and pick and pay, bro.
Fat guy coming there.
Not just that, you know what I mean? And look, I'm going to say something before they cancel us here outside, because
Okay.
everyone's sensitive these days,
Hey,
and everybody's like,
Ah, but bro, that sensitive
Like-
thing.
it's not okay to be overweight and be fat. Even if you read a biblical scripture and stuff, the disciples woke up and they exercised first before they did anything else. That's the truth, And
Peter, bench press.
if guys that were the closest to Jesus can understand how important it is to be healthy and fit, in order to get things done and be on their toes, who are we? A guy who is a guy that was born in privilege, that eats 10 burgers a week? Who are you to say that I'm okay the way I am? And that's the thing with the body positivity movement. What I've seen, they're like, oh no, God made me this way. God didn't make you 150 kgs in your mother's womb. Let's be real. God didn't make you 150
It's a
kilograms
lack
in
of
your mother's
discipline
womb.
okay, so for some people,
Maybe the body type and for
some people there's like medical issues,
factors,
this, that,
yeah,
and the
thyroid,
other.
there's those type of issues,
thyroid issues and all that. But for the most part, bro, if you're just being lazy, but even if you have a thyroid issue, I know people with thyroid issues that still make that effort to say,
Yeah,
bruh,
because they
let me-
decided my health is
yeah,
important.
let me make sure I eat
yeah.
properly. Let me make sure at least to go for a jog. Let me make sure I'm looking after myself regardless of my medical condition or this issue.
And now you're gonna sit there with the greasiest, most oversaturated food and say, "Oh no, I'm overweight because I have a thyroid issue because I've got this type of health issue." It's not the truth. You're using that as a scapegoat. You know, you're not trying to take accountability. And that's what I had to do as well. So I always tell people, you can get mad at me at the things I say, but you got to understand that I either have experience in something or I've done extensive research. And you can go and fact check me because I don't speak things that I don't know about. So when it comes to being overweight, I was overweight. These suits never fit me. You know, my buttons couldn't close on the pants, you know. And as a man or as anyone really, that hits you in your self-esteem, that hits you in your mental health. You're like, man, I used to be so great. But instead of living as a shadow of your former self, you have to work on a game plan to come back. And you can always come back, no matter what age you are, no matter what financial status you are in life. You can always come back and start over. And that's what people get wrong. They're like, I'm getting old, time's running out. Oh no, I was skinnier when I was younger. So what? Be skinny now again, or have abs now, or have muscles now. Go buy the new car you want now. Why? You have to go back to who I was. Because people who live in the past, and I'm a shadow of my former self, those people will always be unhappy. If your best days are behind you, you got to start being very scared. You know, you got to be very scared. The future always has to be brighter. And that's where optimism comes in. That's where
hope
realistic planning, hope, faith, you know. And people will be like, hey man, like, people who know me or close to me, I'll speak about my personal issues or whatever the case is. And like, you're always so positive. Why? Like, it's difficult to be so happy or positive at the time. And I'm like, okay, cool. There's certain things that we're not going to be able to change. So I'm going to leave that up to my creator. Like, I'm not going to go and stress my brain. I'm not going to try and change water to wine. I'm not going to say, okay, cool, this iPhone's an iPhone 12. I want an iPhone 16. Let's magically make that happen, you know. I'm just going to be like, okay, cool. God, you know my heart. You know what I'm physically putting the work in. And you actually got to go do the work. A lot of people in church, in mosque, in these places of prayer and religion, they just want to pray and hope that God sends a box of gold down from heaven. That's not how this thing works. You have to meet God halfway, at least. And then that's how faith works. Faith works by you doing what you're supposed to do, and then praying for the lines to connect.
There's the scripture actually, faith without works.
Yeah.
So you gotta have the faith and you gotta put in the effort. But there's also another preacher that always says that if you pray for a bench, God will give you a tree.
Yeah.
So what happens is you gotta chop the tree down. You gotta cut the tree into the dimensions. You gotta then sand the tree, sand that piece of wood. You gotta then drill it together, put in the effort to make it into a bench. So there's a lot of people like you saying that are praying, Lord, give me a bench. Like, bro, there's trees in your yard, cut it down and make a bench, you know. So there's that kind of mentality of looking for the instant
The
gratification.
Bible also says a nation without vision will perish. So I think that's what that is. So when God gives you the tools, He also blesses you with the vision.
Bro, what's the power of, because we're speaking about vision, what's the power of dreaming?
It's absolutely important to dream. Not dream in a sense of, hey man, I want to wake up tomorrow with a Ferrari in my driveway, but dreaming in a sense of, I want to be more. Like this morning I was driving and I saw this dude drive past me in a McLaren, and I pictured myself in that car, you know. And it's not envy or jealousy or whatever, but it's like, hey man, if another human being with blood in their veins and flesh on their bones can do that, why can we not do that? And I think more people have to start thinking that way, because if you don't, again, you perish, because now I don't have anything to work towards.
Bro, I got a testimony to that. You almost jump in, you're like,
Yeah,
quiet.
no, depths.
But I got a testimony to that. Like when I learned how to drive like super early. I was super young.
Breaking the law
And
and
then,
things.
nah, bro. I was really
I think
young.
all of us.
But I knew I could drive properly, right? And there was a time, but it's one of those situations where you want to wash the car so you can go around the block with it, you know. And I used to do that all the time. Nah. Yo, my father's car stayed clean, bro, because I would go around the block just because I want to drive, you know.
Tell the truth. You just go around the block.
When you excited, that's when I got my license.
Jesse knows
afterwards.
more insights, bro. So
Nah,
I'm
that's
gonna
when
listen to Jesse. What
That's
happened,
when
bro?
I got my license afterwards, so then I could go further, you know. But then I did go further. But then the thing is, so you wanna have that, and so what I would do is when I pull the car into the driveway, right, I would sit there, bro, and I would like dream and like vision and like sit there and think like, nah, I want this car, I want that car, I want to do this, I want to do that, and I always wanted a car that was convertible. Like always, I like, bro, I want to press this button, the top must go down, bro, I want this and I want that. And so, obviously, I used to do that all the time. Every time I'm done washing the car, pull it into the garage. Like, imagine me putting on the radio, playing music, catching that vibe. I do that all the time. And about 4 or 5 years ago, the one day I was washing my own car. Now, this is like many years later, fast forward, like probably 15 years down the line. Now I'm washing my own car. And I pull it into my own garage of my own house. And I sat and the top was down. And I sat in the car, I was like, and then I don't know if it was just God that reminded me of that dream that I had when I was like 15. I sat in the car, I was like, bruh, look at this. I'm literally sitting in my own car with the top down in my own garage with the music and I could, what I dreamt 15 years before
came to life.
Is happening. Like, I'm sitting there in my car with leather seats, with the top down, with everything. I'm like, yo, brother, this really happened. And that was something that like went into my mind, like, yo, brother, this is a thing. Yeah. Like, you have to vision it out, bro. You have to picture it out. You have to imagine it out. Yeah. You have to like kind of, bro, you must kind of live there.
You know, the whole universe is built in vision. Like, this table wasn't just here. Somebody thought of the design and
the whole room
together. The laptop. You know, Steve Jobs thought about that. Even the shirt you're wearing, somebody designed it out, you know, and it came from their mind. You know, that's why everything in life is more spiritual than anything else, because it comes from another realm, not in the flesh. The TV, the air conditioner, everything comes from someone thinking it out and bringing that to life. You know, the building we're in now. You know, so if you don't have vision in your personal life,
it was
empty.
It was
land.
a field, brother. It was a field.
It was empty land. It was empty land
with weeds and stuff growing on it.
And then someone had the idea and had a vision of something there, and you bring it to life. So that's what you got to do in everything. You know, if bigger people, if you see people who are bigger than you, maybe you say they're bigger than you. You perceive it that way, but we all built equally. We all start off with this body, with this mind, and it's
all
how
have
we
24
use that.
hours in the day.
100%, the cliche saying, you know, we all got 24 hours in the day, but it's the truth. If I can do it, you can do it too. Like you see, the human body and the mind is so strong. The problem as human beings, as the years go on, we become more and more fragile. And now we start having more fears that we create in our minds. We start having more obstacles that we create for ourselves in our minds. We say,
because of that time factor, like, I'm old now. I don't have the same risk appetite. Yeah, but that's how people see it. You know
I can't afford to take the same risks as a young person. You can actually, but let's say that if you are 50 years old, for example, and you have a job and you have to look after your family, you can't go and quit your job and just start something new tomorrow. There's a process. So you'll have to have the job and then a side hustle. When your side hustle makes enough money that you've saved up,
it would have been easier when you were 20.
It would have been easier when you're younger because you have less risk, so you can just quit your job and go do what you want to do, you know. But some people, so we all started different, like we have not the same playing field. Everybody's got different playing fields in life. And then the biggest thing people get held back by is, what will people say? Like, I get laughed at a lot. I can tell you now, like, I go to places where maybe events or whatever, and there's people that you know there, people know you from social media, whatever the case is. But then there's people out there, there's guys out there doing less than you, guys out there who don't even know where their lives are going, but then they're going to make jokes or they're going to laugh or whatever. Like, I was in Sievendelaan, you know, and then I know people.
Did you kiss that girl for real?
And again, Yeah, you kiss for real, but not a
I saw the video.
yeah, the director said, "Hey man, listen, the cameras are catching from all angles, so make it
Don't
proper.
make-
Real.
Yeah,
In
make
the
it
ear.
proper, make it proper."
Were you messing up so you could get more takes?
Oh no, I'm not that kind of guy. Man. Yeah, man. So I think that's the biggest mistake people make in life is that. So people still laugh at me today. Like I'll be like, "Yo, man, do you know that I achieved something that 80%, 90% of people will never do? You know, be on national TV more than once." And you can laugh at me, like, man, it just says more about you
People
than
really
me.
laugh about that.
People
Was
make
just
weird
jealous or
jokes,
what?
man. You know, they make weird jokes. They'll be like, "Yeah, you were bodyguard," or people will say things like, "Oh, you were just a extra." I'm like, whatever, man. I was a sporting character. I did it there. It was a cool experience. Like who says I need all the accolades and like everything is a process, step by step, you know. And people will make fun of me. "Yeah, you're wearing a suit." They'll make jokes like that. "Yeah, die man gaan weer keer toe." Or "This man is a timer." You know, this guy is again acting like an old guy. Like I'll play golf. Guys I grew up with used to say things like, "Shaq does everything the old guys do." I'm like, yeah, because I don't want to do things you guys do. You guys are still
Sitting on a
struggling.
corner, slutting a pipe.
Starting a pipe in someone's garage every week. All you care about is rims. Yeah, you got a cool car or whatever. But I'll tell you now, if your girlfriend says, "Let's go on holiday" or something of that,
You
you're
won't
gonna be
be
like,
able
"Hey, I need to save." And it comes down to mentality, man. You have to
Facts.
escape that. Like, I don't care what people say. Like,
Exactly.
someone disrespected me over the weekend. And the old me said, "Man, I gotta stomp this guy out." But then I was just like, ha ha, ha, and I moved on because I'm now like, I'm gonna sit with this hate in my heart. I'm gonna mess my
It's
day
not
up.
worth it.
So I was like, man, cool. Like, you have to speak to yourself, and that's what discipline is. You gotta speak to yourself.
Facts,
Like,
bro.
man,
You strong
chill.
enough to fast for the next like 3 days, bro. That's like nothing for someone.
It's not
saying
easy. I'm not,
something.
I'll
You-
say it like
that
it's
you can
easy.
brush
It's not
it off,
easy,
bro.
man. It's not easy like this. You will get a pain here, and I'm like, man, you gotta just keep going.
Yeah.
You just gotta keep going. You drink water, make yourself feel full.
But what I'm saying, the fact that you can do that and you can discipline yourself to do that.
Yeah.
When people say what they want to say, those things become something that you
Yeah.
can just wipe away.
It's like air.
Yeah.
You don't see it. It starts evaporating.
Exactly.
And the reason you got to do that is because if something in your life doesn't change your life within the next 5 years, or if it's gonna matter in the next 5 months, then it's important. But if someone makes a comment like, "Yeah, you fat as hell," or "You're so ugly," whatever, and they mean it in their hearts, that's the hate in their heart, man. It's not gonna change. Is it gonna change my life 3 months from now? The fact that you called me ugly 2 days ago, I'm gonna forget about you. So in the moment, why do I let those things impact me that much and take up my time?
Exactly.
Do you read the
mess up my
comment
day?
section?
I do, but I'm just like, it's not gonna-
Especially if you obviously know your worth, you know where you headed, bro. Those things doesn't really matter. But what I want to ask you, bro, and I know we almost running out of time, bro. How's your time management like? And I think I'm in this process at the moment, bro, where you really want to max out your day and your week, and by Sunday you look back on your week and it's like, yo, I could have done more, I could have done better. And I think a lot of people, it's probably an ongoing process, time management, how to better it. How's yours like, bro? How do you set out your day and your week?
I think time management is more about how many valuable hours can you put into your day, and it's not so much as how much can I do in one day. So it's like, okay, cool, maybe I woke up a bit late this morning, but did I go to the gym? Did I read? Did I pray? Did I speak to a client? How many clients did I speak to? So there's no such thing as I'm gonna make a to-do list. You can do that to create structure, but I hate business plans. I hate to-do lists. I hate things where I hate perfectionism, because then you start like drifting away from actual perfection. You start drifting away from excellence. So for me, it's more like I'm gonna set my alarm for a certain time in the morning. I need to get up. You need to spend time with God.
Okay.
And once I've done that, we're gonna hit the shower, which takes a certain amount of time, maybe 10 minutes. You get dressed, and then, okay, cool. What do I have to do? Who do I have to meet? Do I have calls that I need to take? Do I have people that I'm supposed to follow up to? And I don't like to do lists. For me, my day is like, we'll see what happens tomorrow. If I have something important, like this was important to come and meet with you guys today, I'll set up my schedule. I'll wake up at 5, wake up at 5:30, whatever. Start my morning, pray, get my clothes ready. My clothes are ready the night before, you know, so that you don't have to stress
Think
of
about
that.
it in
Yeah.
the morning, bro.
But then it's like, what am I doing for the rest of the day? I'm gonna go home. I'll be honest. I'm gonna go home. I don't plan on doing anything on Mondays. Like for me, Monday is like recovery from the last week, and we're just gonna plan everything out now. I actually have to email my one of my clients so that they can check how much sales they made over this past weekend. So that's the only thing I'm gonna do. Like,
Take it easy.
but when it
today.
comes from a personal level, am I fasting? That means I'm losing fat. So it means I'm gonna look better in a few days or weeks. So all those things, like,
All outcomes
Yeah.
based.
outcomes based. So I'm not just gonna say and even if I go home and watch the series now, like, so what? People are too rigid, and that's why they're not getting to where they want to be, because they're like, oh no, everything must be in line, everything must be perfect, and that's what messes you up, because there's no such thing as perfect.
Broski question: If 100 is where you know you can be, right?
Yeah.
That McLaren, for example, or
Yeah.
Lambo, Ferrari, whatever it is. Dope house, couple of properties.
Yeah.
Some nice business ventures, a bunch of stuff that are coming in without you having to sit and nag on it. If that's 100, where would you kind of give yourself at the moment?
Right now, where I'm at now,
Yeah.
now I'm not happy. I'm not happy with
Would you
where
give
I am.
yourself below average? Or would you say on your way to 100?
Look, I'm gonna ask you this. I'm gonna ask you guys to rate me.
Okay.
I'm 27.
Mhm.
I have 2 cars. By the way, guys, you buy expensive cars, you get expensive problems.
Big facts.
You got
facts,
him.
Big facts.
I've got some high-end watches. You know, I've got 2 properties. One that I'm putting on Airbnb now. I wake up when I want to. I work when I want to, when I feel like it. You know, nobody says, hey, you have to be here now at this time. I'm doing well. I think I'm doing okay on social media, you know, with my brand, personal brand as well. I hold value in more than one area of life. So whether it's modeling, whether it's like this influencer marketing stuff, whether it's actual business where I'm behind the scenes and I just build your company for you, or your social media, you know, there's something somewhere where I'm not gonna go hungry. So I'll leave you guys to decide on that. I don't like
So
judging
that's
myself
so
on
that more or less what you just explained
Mm.
is kind of the benchmark, but you could probably improve on that, but you're already on your way to 100. So me personally, with everything you just explained, I'd give it above average, about a 60, bro.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you can it's basically a matter of you can expand on it.
I want so much more, man. Like,
You
look,
can expand on it.
I can say now I earn more than the average man. But the thing is, I want to be able to say that if my mom phones me with a problem, or
You can solve it.
a girlfriend, or my sister, or whatever, I can do without hesitation say, here's a 20,000, here's a 50,000. I want to be able to say that at any moment I can walk away from anything. You guys don't do profanity on the show, but I say F you money.
Mm.
You know, if I don't like the terms of something, I can walk away anytime without any consequence.
Without feeling like, hey, I should have taken that deal.
Yeah,
Cheers.
so
Your side, bro.
that's what I want.
What from my side?
You just being quiet, bro.
Nah, I'm just listening to
Oh, you
mans
just
here,
listening,
taking in,
yeah.
you know.
I want to ask you a question. Oh,
But
Yeah,
wait,
I
let's
just wanna
give
know-
the rating.
I just want to
My
know.
bad.
Or must we give rating?
Okay, but ask what you wanted to ask.
Nah, I think what you said
Yeah.
is more or less, yeah, because there's so much more that you feel that you can achieve. And obviously, if you set the rating now too high, you feel like, okay, I can settle down now, I can relax. But like you just explained, when someone calls you up, and you can send 20,000, 50,000 like that, then you know, okay.
Yeah.
Without it touching
Without
your
touching,
budget.
yeah, not feeling any type of way, you know, okay, nah, I'm good, I can chill now.
Exactly.
But I think also, from my side, have you ever thought of like, do you have e-commerce stores? Do you do drop shipping, all that? Because all those are
No.
consumer psychology based and all that. So if you ever thought about it, is it something that you dive into, or you're just not interested in that?
Look, at a later stage, I'll make my own merch when my brand grows big enough. But for me, it's like Herbalife covers a lot of that, like when I've been doing that. So I sell products where I earn money on a end to end. The company pays you when you build a network. When you have a big network there as well, you start making residual income, passive income. So for me, that covers that in my online space of selling.
Okay.
But when it comes to drop shipping, those type of things, I'm not going to take my time out to do something that I know is going to take 6 months to get kicked off the ground now. Like with this, so I started a new marketing agency now for just everything online and social and influencer based. AI, I'm in artificial intelligence now, building websites and businesses with AI. And for me, I can make money with that as soon as next week, because I do have a good track record. I've got clients that I worked with. My business profile shows that I've done some good work. So for me, everything that's happening now is work that I've done 5 years ago, or things that I've started doing 3 years ago. It wouldn't make sense for me now to go start something out again that I know nothing about, or that I have to get off the ground. That's what I'm saying. For those, if I'm happy, where a bit more happy financially, and then I can go into things like that as well. Maybe starting my own merch business and all those type of things. The part about like my suits, I can sell them on Shopify and those type of things, but my business is personalized. So I want to be able to come, we meet my clients, we do your measurements, we offer an experience, and you see the people you're dealing with, I don't have a machine that's taking your orders. So it's more personalized,
personal,
And I give you what you want that's made for you specifically. So you know that thing that was made for you specifically comes from me. So I don't want to do anything that becomes generic. Like for me, that's like it becomes generic. I buy a t-shirt on Alibaba on a Chinese website. I put my logo on there and I sell it for 100 times more than it costs. Like for me, that's not a business. That's like something automated. Yeah, it's a business, but it won't make me happy. I think for me, it's mostly about fulfillment. I have to be happy. Yeah.
Yeah, Dips, bro. I know we at the end of the show now, bro. I wanted to ask you this in the beginning, in actual fact, bro, to entice the people, sort of a clickbait. But I'm gonna ask you now because we had someone on the show that's also doing really well, and he was like, "Yo, it's actually nice having money." Do you think it's nice, bro? What's
Very.
your thoughts on it?
Very, but look, my mistake I made in the beginning was that I was using money for stupid things because I had an excess of money. I had money that came in like water at one point. So
Okay.
for me now, I started drinking. I started going and buying the champagnes. I started
You wanted to be
gambling.
that guy in the club.
Yeah, look, and that's a trap.
Those
Don't do it.
sparkles.
Do not do it.
Ben's was smoking Cuban cigars that time.
I'm happy it happened at an early stage of my life. I'm happy that I'm not in my 30s and still doing that. And I'm happy that, I realized where I need to be and what I need to do. My life is great when I'm uncomfortable. If I'm too comfortable eating whenever, partying whenever, it doesn't do good for me. For me, I have to live in discomfort.
Exactly.
Yeah. So money is great. Make as much as you want to. I don't know if it's Ecclesiastics, verse 9. I think chapter. I'm not gonna act like I know. You can just research it there. It says something about bread and wine makes you merry, but money solves all things. So the Bible says that money solves all things. People will say money is the root of all evil.
The love of money.
The Bible also says money ruineth the fool.
Yes, but this is what I'm saying. When you start making money your God,
That's
your
where the
life
problem comes in.
goes down. But when you use money as a tool, and that's what God blesses you with money for, to use it for specific
Ecclesiastes
to get
10:19.
to a specific purpose. So what is the fool?
A feast is made for laughter, and wine makes you merry, but money,
solves all.
answereth all things.
So on earth, money is king. But the reason why certain people will never get rich is because the scripture says that you cannot have two gods. So what happens now is that you're constantly living for money. You're constantly living to get money. You're constantly living to make money to spend it. And that's the trap. That's when your life goes bad. Now, when you come and you say, okay, God, I'm getting my money from you. I pray to you for money. I'm coming to you for all my resources. Now I'm going to take that money and put it into things that make me happy, things that help other people. That's how you're going to make more money. Money comes from being able to use it to buy a new charger to sell for people who don't have chargers for their laptops or iPhones. And that's how you're going to make money, because it's an end-to-end thing. You're solving problems with that. So money is just a tool. Money is great to have, guys. It makes you feel some... Like yesterday I was walking around and people look at you and I say, yeah, man, I'm wearing a 10,000 rand suit. That makes me feel good. I'm not going to walk around and tell people, man, my suit costs more than your outfit. You cannot be... That's where life goes.
When you try to be
downhill.
cocky about
Yeah.
it and all this.
But money, it's so good to know that I've got quality stuff. I can eat.
And it's peace of mind to know that you have. I always tell Jay this: if you know you have 100K in your account and all your bills are paid, and we decide to do something, you can just get up
breathe.
and do it.
You can breathe.
You can breathe. And that's the conversation that we had with our previous guest also, where he said, bro, if I want to do something now, I can just do it, bro.
And I think if you have money, it allows you to venture into other businesses and make more money. When you don't have the money, a lot of the time you're sitting, you're like, okay, I can't do that now because there's no money.
But
Let's
it
first
gives you-
try and get this up.
Yeah.
Once that's up, then we can move on to this. But when you know there's abundance of money on the side, you can basically go into whatever you want.
And it gives
to,
you peace of
obviously.
mind, like what the conversation we always have about trying to generate an income. It's like if you're trying to generate and you have your last 2,000 rand left, and you allocated this 2,000 rand to try and regenerate, right? But now the thing is, now the psychology behind that is because it's like, brothers, 2,000 must make money now. It must work. I must make this work. Now you go in with that 2 grand. Now the sales are slow. Now
You go
something.
in with
Now
desperation.
you
Yeah, you're gonna.
now
If you're going into something with desperation, it's not gonna work.
exactly. But like what Jesse's saying there, if you have 100K and you take a 2K and you're like, bro, let's try this thing, see how it goes. You can at least you go into it with a more peace of mind, with a lot more
No, that's true.
freedom. You can enjoy
true.
the process because you're like, bruh, if this doesn't work, it is what it
Not
is.
rushed,
You're
not
not feeling
doing
like, bruh, I
things.
need to. And now you have a payment due next week. Now you're thinking,
No,
yeah,
but
but
that's a
this
fact.
money must make money.
Like even with the suits business, I invested 200,000 rand originally into the business, and that came from the Herbalife money. I used the Herbalife money, put it in there, and I already
Herbalife making that kind of funds, bro.
Herbalife makes big money, man.
That's
This
nice.
guy's making unspeakable numbers. It sounds disgusting if I have to tell you, but I already had a shop that I opened up in Mabuneng in the lifestyle center there. Like I didn't hold back.
Yeah.
I never hold back. Like at that time I was driving a City Golf. I'm driving a City Golf. I'm earning 6 figures, but now I've got my name on a building, in a place in the building, and you know that for me was
You must come check
the
out
biggest
shop, bro.
achievement. No, after COVID I closed down.
Oh, you closed.
After COVID it's just consultation come to you. But as I'm saying, like the normal guy who has a 12,000 rand job, he's not going to be able to do that because he has to figure out rent for where he lives first.
That's already
Before-
8,000. Now he is
You know what I mean?
4,000 left. It's like
The lights
So-
at this point in time.
So money makes life
2,000.
easier. Money makes your life easier.
That's
Money will buy you security. Money will buy you safety. Money will buy you health. I promise you that.
and freedom and,
And
peace
freedom.
of mind.
That's what it is. Wake up, do what you want, whenever you want.
Can men like me sell Herbalife?
100%. Remember, it's about health, man. It's about health. Everybody needs to be healthy in life in order to live. If you lose your health, there's nothing. There's
That's
nothing
why
where
it
you
will
left.
make you grow muscles.
Where?
Where?
Must go to the gym. You must also
Yeah,
go
you
to
must also.
Facts. You can't be selling something if you looking like you don't play the
You must
play the
become a
game.
product of your product.
Yeah, you must play the game. Broski, it's been an absolute honor having you on the show. I think
Great chat, gents.
for everyone that jumped on, I'm pretty sure we could at least gain some nice nuggets out of the show. I'm happy you came through, bro.
Yeah, bro. I think there's actually still a bunch that we had to unpack and unfold.
Yeah.
We still wanted to get to the whole, when things actually started popping off for
I've
you,
got time. I've got time.
the highs and the lows as well. A lot of people love to hear, those stories
That
as
would
well.
be nice for me to tell you like some stories from my darkest moments, because I feel like a lot of people will benefit from.
But I feel like we need to.
Ugly
That,
side,
that
you know?
what that now means is that we gotta do another show, bro.
No, I mean,
Let's do another show and
yeah,
jump in on
Yes,
that action, bro.
yeah. But thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for thinking about me.
Yeah, perfect, bro.
That means a lot to me. Yeah.
100%. Jesse, closing remarks.
Nah, I just want to say thank you to all the viewers that tuned in here today. Thanks for coming out, broski. Thanks for taking time out and for giving us nuggets and knowledge. And I think the show helped quite a bit of people that was listening to say, okay, take that leap of faith, but don't do it with silliness.
Don't be reckless.
Yeah, don't be reckless. Take your time. And yeah, I think you have a lot of wisdom within you.
I think
So
next
wish
time we
you-
have a show, we're gonna unpack the game plan. How more people can have a game plan too.
Yeah.
That was
To move
actually all my
forward, yeah.
questions here, but then time ran out. But we
Yeah.
can definitely still
Nah,
do
I
it.
think
problem,
that
yeah.
is important. Yeah, but I wish you all the best moving forward in all careers, bro, because you
Appreciate
man
that,
with
man.
many talents. So I wish you all the best moving forward and nothing but the best, and God be with you.
Appreciate
Definitely.
that.
Alright, before we go, bro, let's do it. How much you got on check? How much is the watch, the shirt? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. 2
Nah,
million,
you
2
know-
million,
$10,000
2 million. Facts.
I don't want to get robbed.
Yeah,
Got
bro.
an APL.
Yeah, I think a lot of people know where the studio is. But in any case, thanks a lot, broski, to the viewers. Hope you'll have a fantastic weekend. Bro, it's been an honor and a privilege. Thank you once again, bro.
Bro, closing remarks, your side?
Look, I'm just looking forward to speaking more on my story and reaching more lives, reaching more people. And I do just heavily appreciate you guys having me here and your chats. And that's about it, man. I don't have much to say. We'll
can people
we'll
get
say
you,
the
bro?
rest on the next episode. I'm on Instagram at Shaquil Champ. It's ShaquilChamp. And Facebook, it's Shaquil Muhammad. But I'm mostly on Instagram. TikTok, I'm new to TikTok. My usernames are pretty much Shaquil Champ everywhere. Yeah.
Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for joining the show. See you on the next one. Love you. Goodbye. Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to it.
Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world.
And then Tay just put your info on blast like that.
It's what the people want to know, bro. My bad.
Nah, bro.